Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Gang. Okay, before we continue writing, let's write a few Notify states that we commonly use. However, these states are mainly to provide you with an idea, because I feel the effect of using this state isn't very good, not very good. But we'll just go through them along the way, as some of these things are not very core. Let's copy it. Let's write first. Let's write 3 groups of 6 first. That is, write 3 first. Because there are also the same source files, let's refresh the project. This is also just a rough introduction, so everyone can, sometimes at the C++ level, write some interesting things, just for convenience sometimes. This configuration effect, of course, actually, you let the designer, they go to configure these notifications. They will find it very annoying. They just think that there are too many things to configure, actually. But from our perspective, it's fine. Actually, let's write the first one first. Let's write the first one, which is an output, like equal notes. That is, we hope that when this animation notification plays, it can perform an operation to ignore player input. Such an operation, let's just paste it directly. There's nothing much to say about this. It's right here. Pay attention to configuring the name. Still, these 3 usual things. And then over here, we'll just paste it directly. I'll paste it here to explain it to you. I'll paste them one by one. This is the constructor code first. Nothing much to say. When it begins play, you get this character. And after getting the character, we can only do it on the client side, or it should be under the host proxy. We can just disable it. There's so much written here. Actually, the main purpose is to check. Sometimes, only when you are on this local machine, we perform this player control. Right here, this might be code written earlier. We don't actually need to worry about it. Just take a look to see if it has this effect. Don't look at the details here. These details were written earlier, so there might be some issues. Anyway, it's just for this local player. In this case of controlling the pump after triggering this notification, we set its disable. Directly disable it. Yes. Then at the end of this notify, we use the same method. To enable this disable, our resource code is essentially this idea. Let's make it a bit smaller. This is not very important. I'll just do it like this. Briefly go over it with everyone. Because the way you implement it actually has many variations. You can go to at the controller level, or at the pump level, or on the movement component. You make the corresponding modifications. All are possible. And you can even, in the player's place here, character, create a Boolean value inside this character. Or we will go through each one for everyone. Some friends may not know. In this place, isn't there a look here? And also, mutants, you make a tag here. Or making a Boolean judgment is acceptable. And you also know that we often have, the UI will have this set game mode input and set UI input. Briefly touch on this part. Okay. Next is this stop rotation and stop movement speed. Because if you directly stop all player input, then there will be a problem. What is this problem? It is that if the player wants to do other things, like opening the menu, or wanting to exit, or performing other related operations that do not conflict with this action, then there will be a problem. So sometimes we just want to block this character's rotation. Then here it actually controls some related settings of the movement component through the character. There's nothing much to say about this. Let's just skip it. Okay, next is this stopping speed. This stopping speed seems to have a bug. After I stop the speed, it often cannot be restored. This can also happen. So its speed is, first set the speed to, first set the speed to it. Set it to this, first save its speed. First get this speed and save it. After saving it, then we set it back. That's roughly the idea. But this seems to have a bug. When I tested it, naturally, let's ignore it. Okay, let's continue. We'll just start it up directly. You can see our engine won't start up. This seems to be related to this asset. It might be a problem with the asset we imported earlier. Refreshing the project on our end doesn't work either. We are now trying to clear the assets we imported into the project last time. Let's see if we can get the project to launch. This should be an issue with the assets in the blueprint. Let's try to just delete this. Okay, let's launch it now. Good. See, we've successfully launched it now. This proves that the asset is the problem. Alright, the asset is problematic. We'll just ignore it. Let's switch it back to our original asset. Then we'll just use our original asset. Then we delete this. This original set, we just delete it. You can see that it should no longer work here. We just delete it. Yes. Okay. Let's save it because we modified some things. We delete it. Okay. Then first, we make sure this line itself is normal. Okay, this is fine, no problem. Because we just use our current asset, we can pass the packaging. If you reference other assets, you might fail the patching process. Now let's attach one and test it. Our Animation Notify will just test a simple B skill because you'll notice right now when we move it, it can move around, right? Now suppose I don't want it to rotate, right? Let's wait for it a moment. We can add a few more movement tracks like this. That's all fine. This makes it easier for us to observe it. Let's give it a for state. It should be a glow input. We make it not respond to player input during this time. We can take a look. You can see. Right, when we attack now, it stays in place. Right, that achieves this effect. Then we delete it. We'll try them one by one for everyone, but this will have some issues. For example, if we stop the speed, it can rotate, but it cannot move. This must be branched. Then now the computer is a bit laggy now. Okay, let's use a desktop computer because I actually have many programs running on this computer. In the background, then we can see, although it cannot move, right, but it can move like this. You can notice, right, although it cannot move, but because it controls the direction. So this is also a bit strange. Then let's put this stop rotation over here. You can use multiple ones together. It's also not a problem. Stop rotating. Hey, look, hey, that's how it is, the effect, right? Okay, so basically, that's all for demonstrating these three features. Then, as we mentioned earlier, we actually also have a GS. It definitely has GS. It has a lot of debugging related commands. Just search for them because I don't know either. Not entirely comprehensive. You can see, right, you can see this place. It will have some tests, but the information I've seen so far is not enough. You can take a look at these. Need a debuggability system. This is also a debugging method. So we'll end this lesson here. In the next lesson, we will begin the most complex part of the study. Thank you, everyone.